while everyone around you is losing their mind. Some people just don't. You've seen them. The person who stays ice cold during a crisis. The friend who never panics. The CEO who makes million-dollar decisions while their company is burning. What do they know that you don't? Here's what neuroscientists discovered when they scanned their brains. But first, this isn't about being emotionless. This isn't toxic positivity. This is about a 2,000-year-old psychological framework that modern science is finally catching up to. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they figured out something profound about the human mind. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact mental models they used, and why your brain is literally wired to panic unless you understand this one thing. Let's start with the foundation, the dichotomy of control. Calm people have a superpower. They've trained their brain to instantly categorize every situation into 2 buckets. Bucket 1, things I can control. Bucket 2, everything else. Sounds simple, right? But here's where it gets psychological. When you worry about bucket 2, traffic, other people's opinions, the economy, your amygdala, your brain's fear center, goes into overdrive. Cortisol floods your system. You enter fight or flight. But people who stay calm, their prefrontal cortex, the rational part, kicks in immediately. They ask, can I do anything about this right now? No. Then it goes in bucket 2. And bucket 2 gets 0 emotional energy. This isn't suppression. This is strategic attention allocation. But there's a deeper layer most people miss. The second technique sounds dark, but it's genius. Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. Calm people don't avoid thinking about worst-case scenarios. They intentionally visualize them. Here's why. Your brain's threat detection system hates uncertainty. Unknown threats trigger maximum anxiety. But when you mentally rehearse disaster, losing your job, relationship ending, project failing, something fascinating happens. Your brain pre-processes the fear. You rob the future catastrophe of its emotional punch. Navy SEALs do this. Surgeons do this. Stoic philosophers did this 2,000 years ago. It's not pessimism, it's psychological immunization. And here's the kicker. Studies show people who practice negative visualization are actually more optimistic and resilient when real problems hit. But the third technique? This is where it gets counterintuitive. Amor Fati, love of fate. Calm people don't just accept chaos. They embrace it as necessary. Lost the client? Good. Now I'll find a better one. Got rejected? Perfect. One step closer to the right yes. Project failed? Excellent. Now I know what doesn't work. This isn't delusional thinking. This is cognitive reframing. And MRI studies show it literally changes which neural pathways fire. Instead of the amygdala screaming threat, the prefrontal cortex whispers opportunity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your obstacle isn't blocking the path. It is the path. Now, here's where most people get this wrong. You can't just intellectually understand these concepts. Your brain needs practice. Start tonight. 1. List 3 things stressing you out. Which bucket? 2. Spend 60 seconds imagining your biggest fear. Feel it lose power. 3. Find one bad thing from today. Reframe it. Do this for 21 days. Watch what happens to your nervous system. If you want the full breakdown, the neuroscience, the daily exercises, the ancient texts adapted for modern life, I've put everything in the description below. Calm if this clicked for you, because chaos isn't going anywhere. But your reaction to it? That's bucket 1. Subscribe for more psychology that actually works. Next video, the 5-minute Stoic morning routine that rewires your brain. See you there.